this person's charging $160 for a 125-page book plus full book cover. Now, in my experience doing these books for ourselves and listing them on Amazon, it takes roughly an hour to do a book. Welcome back to Making Money with AI. I'm Dave Espino, and if you want to learn the best ways to make money using AI, then you've come to the right place. I'm inviting you to get your free AI newsletter at the link below. I've been making money online for 25 years, and I'd like to be your coach and help you make money with AI too. Okay, let's get into today's video. Today, I want to talk about a very interesting opportunity, and that is to provide services on a site called Fiverr. Fiverr.com originally started out as a site where you could get all kinds of things done for just $5. And it's since grown beyond that $5 price point. In fact, it's gotten way, way bigger. In fact, the biggest gig you can offer on Fiverr now is up to $20,000. So it's now a general freelancing website where you can provide services of all kinds. And today I want to focus on one particular service because I've been getting into this new niche, and it's coloring books. But specifically, it's making coloring books and putting them on Amazon where they sell for you over and over and over again, and you collect royalties on that work. So the cool thing is we've been creating these coloring books. When I say we, it's my wife and I, and we're doing this as a project together. These are our first two coloring books that we've created, and they're basically very, very easy to do using AI. So I use a tool called MidJourney. I'm going to actually walk you through that process and show you how it's done. But what I want to focus on today is a very particular gig that's available on Fiverr, and I want to show you how this particular gig works. So I'm going to share my screen here. And as you can see, this provider, this person here, Faith, has a gig on Fiverr, and it says, I will design adult coloring pages, adult coloring book activity. Now, when we say adult, we don't mean not safe for work. We mean that it's for grown-ups, right? It's not for kids. So this is a whole niche. It's a whole area where people that want to reduce stress, they want to relieve anxiety, they just want to get into a meditative state. They find that coloring is a great way to do that. Just coloring some pages. And so these particular books are made for people that want to do that. They want to relieve stress by coloring simple designs and just kind of take their mind off their day-to-day stresses, their day-to-day anxiety, etc. It's a big niche, and it's a very popular niche. There's lots and lots of people buying these all the time. And so the gig that I'm talking about here is where you can be this person providing these adult coloring pages. So as you can see, this person's charging $160 for a 125-page book plus full book cover. Now, in my experience doing these books for ourselves and listing them on Amazon, it takes roughly an hour to do a book, complete book, from start to finish. Now, it may seem like it takes a lot longer, but these are just images that you make in MidJourney, and they are very quick and easy to make. I'll show you an example of some images that I just made for another video that I just did. And here's one. I typed in the prompt, coloring page with birds in a forest setting, black line drawing on white background. And these images are pretty good. Like let me show you this one here. Pretty cool. Whoops. Pretty cool because you can color these different colors. You can, but it's simple enough to kind of not be too complicated or whatnot. I'll show you some of these other images of birds in the forest and so on. These are really high quality images, right? So it takes minutes to create 4 images. As you can see here, these 4 came from this one prompt. So imagine that. Let's say that you wanted to do a 40-page coloring book. You would just do this 10 times. In fact, you wouldn't even have to do that. You could click on one of these and you could say, vary this image strongly. Click on strong, and it'll go to work starting to create more in this style. You could then go back and do the same with this one. Click on this one and say, vary this image strong, and so on. So with each image, you could have 4 variations of this one, 4 variations of this one, etc. So now you not only have these initial 4 images, but you also have another 4 here, another 4 here, another 4 here, another 4 here. So you have potentially 16 more just by clicking that button. And then you could go and do it again. As you can see, it's starting to work on those images here. And I'll show you the finished result in a little bit. So that is super easy to do. But getting back to the gig that you can do on Fiverr is you can provide this service. And like I said, like it takes an hour to make a book like this, or to provide the cover and the contents. And that's 160 bucks. So you could be getting paid $160 an hour just for doing this. And so I wanted to share that with you because this is a very cool opportunity. Very cool if this is your style of business that you'd like to be a freelancer, you'd like to work from home, and you'd like to get paid for doing fun, creative work like this. It's very fun to do. I enjoy doing it, frankly, as a side gig. This is just a little side experiment that I love doing. Like I create the covers and all that kind of thing. My wife gathers the images, so it's very, very fast. We're basically kind of setting up a factory, so to speak, of doing these, because again, it's so easy to do. It's so simple, and each one of these things that you're doing, you're setting it up for an ongoing passive income. So if what I've said here so far is interesting to you, I have 2 amazing courses that get into the details of this. One is if you want to self-publish your own coloring books, I've got a course about that. I'll have that link in the description below. Another one is if you want to do this as a freelancer for other people, provide them with coloring pages, etc., then there's that. Now, the difference between those 2 opportunities is this one is more long-term, because it takes a while for your coloring book to gain traction in Amazon, right? There's a lot of competition, and it takes a while for you to build up the sales and the reviews so that it starts to move up, up, up in the search rankings. So this is more of a longer term opportunity. And I don't mean long term like years. I mean, like in our first month, we've already done 21 sales. So it's already starting to work. But what I mean is, if you can't afford to wait a little while or invest a little money in ads, then this is not the opportunity. The other opportunity, the Fiverr one, is where you can put up a listing right away and immediately start getting deals, people coming to you saying, yes, I want this work done. So you can start getting paid $160 an hour for that opportunity. I have both courses at the links down below. One about how to set up gigs on Fiverr, and the other one about how to set up your own coloring books on Amazon. But they're both amazing opportunities. I wanted to share this with you because, in my opinion, this is one of the simplest businesses that you can do. Super simple to understand, not a lot of moving parts, not complicated. You don't need to set up a funnel. You don't need to pay for anything. It's all there for you. Fiverr brings you the customers that are freelance customers. Amazon brings you the coloring book customers. Heck, why not do both? You might want to do both, right? Because it's such a fun, easy business. Okay, I want to share the results that we got over on MidJourney. So as you can see, these are simply variations of this image here and this image here. And you see the variations. They're quite different, right? Because we asked it to vary it strongly. And you can see that they're different images. So just by doing one image, when you set up to do one image, look at these images, and they're all great. These are all great coloring book images, right? So when you do one prompt, which is a very simple sentence, right? It gives you these 4 images. And then we clicked on this one and we said very strong. You could also do it from here, right? So I'll give you an example. We'll click this, very strong, and it goes to work varying this image strongly, which means it's going to have a strong variety, right? So notice this one had 3 birds in it. So this image has 3 birds and a hummingbird, 2 birds, 3 birds, 3 birds, but they're all different images. So each one of these is one you could use in a coloring book. And so you've got this multiplier effect. You've got one image that turns into 4 new ones, etc. Then you could vary each of these if you want to, or just use a new prompt. Either way, it's going to work out really, really well. So here's another image that came out. And as you can see, there's nothing really you have to do once these images are created. You can use these as is in a coloring page, and it works really, really well. So I wanted to share that with you. It's such a cool opportunity. 2 different types of opportunities. One is either create your own books and list them on Amazon, or do the work for other people as a freelancer and get paid $160 an hour to do that. So one is like midterm to long term, and the other one, the Fiverr one, is much more immediate. So I'm going to have links to those two courses down below. Hope that you are as excited as I am about this. I'm fired up. We're going into mass production on coloring books, my wife and I, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, this is a very side business. I'm looking at this as something that will pay me income for years to come. Whereas my main business, which is producing courses and all that, still stays my main business, and I love doing all of it. So hope you enjoyed this session. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. And be sure to check out the free newsletter down below. We'll see you next time on Making Money with AI.